What's up, y'all? Welcome to our YouTube channel, Africans Talk Football. Appreciate your guys' continued support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.
So welcome back to another episode of African Talk Football TV, where we bring you fresh African soccer news highlighting the Africans and African Americans who have seen success within the sport. We're going to bring you news from our favorite teams in the Premier League, as well as informing you on other European leagues and soccer news worldwide. Whether this is your first episode with us or if you've been rocking with us from the jump, again, I just want to say thank you to all of our friends and supporters. Again, my name is Cornelius. I'm Brett, joined by my friends and my co-hosts here. Mike, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. All my teams won this weekend, man. It's been a long time. All my teams won. Ohio State, Chelsea, Dallas Cowboys. Cavs are about to add one more, so yeah, I'm feeling good.
Clean
How
sweep.
about you, Gabriel? I see you.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. All my teams won this week, hopefully we can see in fantasy football. But Salam, how you feeling?
I mean, good. Yeah, I feel like as I did the week before, and the week before that. But I can't complain. Cornelius, how about you?
Good, man. Just to echo Mike, all of my teams that I support won this week. Clean sweep, man. It's a good feeling. At least for all of our teams, we can say that nobody lost this week.
Yeah.
At least coming
True.
so we can have a little bit of high spirits. I know someone has their arms crossed because they're not feeling the same way as the other was on the shots. There's others that have the W in the shots. But before we get into our teams, honestly, first and foremost, just wanted to say congratulations to the Orlando Pride, who won the NWSL championship here against, once again, the Washington Spirit this past Saturday. 1-0 goal from Barbara Banda, which I wasn't able to see the match in its entirety, but I was definitely able to see the goal. And just again, I feel like I said this about Marta last week, but pure class. I mean, she got the ball 1v1 against the defender on the right side, kind of does a quick chop, takes it to her left foot, and then just bangs it near post. The keeper went down, actually got a hand on it, but there was just so much power on the shot. It was just going to be a goal, and 1-0 in the final. It shows how close it was. I don't know if you guys were able to watch the match, but any takeaways from Orlando winning the NWSL championship?
Yeah, I think the biggest highlight, like you said, was the goal. I mean, just world-class finish, from Banda. So, and it was a nice goal.
I think Orlando was the best team from start to finish this season. Most well-rounded team. They had the best player, and then probably, not probably, the most iconic players to ever play the game in Marta. So all around, I feel like they were the best team, and it was nice seeing Marta get that trophy. I saw a picture of her celebrating with her mom. I thought that was pretty cool. That's a good moment for her. Shout out to Banda. I mean, obviously the goal was really good. I also want to shout out the keeper. She actually played at King's Hammer. I don't know if you guys know that. Aubrey Hudson.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. And Rodman, of course, too. It's unfortunate. I was obviously on the other side when I look at it. It would have been nice to see Rodman get one early, in her career. But I feel like she'll have definitely more opportunities in the future to get another one. And I mean, shout out to the Washington Spirit as well too.
Yeah, shout out them. Shout out Marta. I'm glad she got one on her way out. Yeah, and Trinity will get hers so long. I truly believe she will be back in this position, and she'll be able to fight for hers. I mean, she is kind of let the GOAT kind of get one on her way out, and then you can take the reins after this. So, kind of a passing of the torch situation. I kind of feel, in a sense, with this match. But shout out them. Shout out both teams. Really dope.
Yeah, just to end it, a few quick hitters and a few quick highlights. Temwa Chawinga was actually named the women's MVP for the entirety of the season. So shout out to Temwa Chawinga
Yeah, shout
again.
out to him, man.
She had an incredible season. So they lost to,
Mhm.
her
Sure.
team lost to the Orlando Pride, who ended up going on to win the entire thing. So that shows, how good that team was as well. And then as well, I just wanted to say shout out to Barbara Banda. She was actually awarded MVP of the playoffs and of the actual finals. So she got the finals MVP. Obviously, her goal just standing above everything. And then to close out about Marta, because Salam, you said that you were able to see her celebrate with her mom. It was actually announced during the game that this was her mother's first time in the U.S. to watch her play.
No
So
way.
for her mom's first time in the U.S. to see her play, and the weight of how much this game had, and just her play overall, it was one of those moments where like it just everything came to fruition. You know what I mean? And it was just super cool to see that. So once again, shout out shout out to Barbara Banda, who got the MVP for the final. Shout out to the Orlando Pride, and shout out Seb Hines. First black male to win coach of the year, and then for him to follow that up with the championship. If you hear about his story, he's worked through the organization for a long, long time. He kind of got overlooked. He was overlooked for a long time, and then finally got the head coaching job. People kind of expected him to fail, and then a year later, he's winning the championship. So, shout out again to Seb, because it just shows what you can do if you just have a little bit of determination and believe in yourself. And clearly, he was able to get the players to rally around him as well. So he had the player support. So it's just super cool to see everything about that organization. So shout out Orlando again. NWSL champions in 2024.
Croy Bethune too. She won midfielder of the year. She played for the
Yep.
Spirit.
Hmm.
So shout out to her. Lastly, I do want to say I think that they got all the awards right, like all the awards
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
from the MVP for the regular season to the playoff MVP.
No
And
politics, man.
yeah,
No politics.
yeah, defender of the year. Yeah, I think all the awards were
Rightly
given.
awarded for sure.
So, but even though there's a lot of deserving people, but yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
them.
no.
Great
And
season.
and that was the thing. I feel like, and just to end it here, I know we said that, but to end it here, I know there were a lot of deserving players, but bro, that just goes to show like how like good some of these players are, man. Like when you look, especially at these semifinal matches, at these quarterfinal matches, the play was so high, and we got to the final, and like I said, it was a 1-0 final. So a lot of these players are really raising the level of the NWSL. We even talked about how we seeing players from Europe come over, so it's cool to see, and I can't wait to see what we see in the years to follow. But let's get into our squads, man. Since we all got favorable results, some more favorable than others. I kind of just want to go in chronological order and just start from the top. Saturday morning, the very, very early game, I was up at 7:30 to watch Chelsea at Leicester at King Power Stadium. I'll keep mine. I'll keep what I have to say very short and sweet. Last week, I said I believed we'd win 2-0. I said we probably gonna win 3-0, but I really said 2-0 because I felt we'd keep the clean sheet. And although we got the 3 points, we got the win away, which is very strong. Like I want to say, first and foremost, it's always good when you get an away win because you're going into hostile territory. You never know what might be thrown your way. But for Chelsea, I really think what we need to work on is closing out halves. The last 5 minutes of the first half and the last 5 to 10 minutes of the second half, we look mad vulnerable, bro. If you looked at the last 5 minutes of the first half, they almost scored on us twice. If you look at the last 5 minutes plus injury time of second half, they actually got the goal, and they were on our back line very, very aggressively. And as well as we played in the first half, Jackson had a great goal. We just kind of we just take the foot off the gas, and we expect we expect our quality just to be able to take us into halves. And I need Maresca to kind of nip that in the bud because I've been seeing that over the course of the season. And luckily we've been better than teams, but this Leicester game was one of those matches where you can say we got away with one. because at the end of the first half, it almost went into the first half 1-1, and we were very, very lucky to escape with a 2-1 win. But we need to hold our clean sheets, and we need to hold halves better, and that's just all I gotta say, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad you brought up, the last few minutes of the half, because actually Maresca brought it up at the end of the game. He said the last 10 minutes of the first half was not good enough, and it wasn't. It wasn't. We were just poor, and in moments like that, that's when you see how young this team still is. And it's not an excuse, but I mean, it's just the fact of the matter. There will be time periods within the game where, they're not up to standard. And it's not acceptable. As you move forward, yes, we got away with it today. Are we going to get away with it when it's Arsenal, it's City, it's United? You won't get away with that. And they should have scored in the first half, but they did. So credit to those guys. Big shout out to Badiashile. This is the thing that I have a problem with. If you can play like this, what is the with consistently playing like this? Badiashile had a great game. I don't know if you disagree with me, but his passing, his defending, his awareness, great performance. These are the performances I've seen in the past that makes me convinced that, okay, maybe he can do it. But then he hasn't showed it until yesterday. Yesterday, bro, 10 out of 10 performance for me. He played very well yesterday. Credit to those guys. I think I like the change he made in the starting lineup, playing Felix instead of Neto, and then, giving Enzo the run instead of Lavia. And obviously, it was evident. Madueke is still, struggling with his confidence a little bit, but I thought he was decent as well. I can't complain too much, even though, he got in the way of the goal.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying, but, I think he had a great game. Overall, bro, the boys are playing well, man. I like how we're playing. But what did I say last week in our predictions? I said, I think we can give three. We can give Leicester 3. But what did I say? It's probably going to be, a 2-1 game because we're going to concede at least one. I was like, we will concede one. That is for sure.
And even up until that last goal, I really felt the clean sheet. I was like, even though we got away with one, I feel a clean sheet. And when I saw the goal, I was just like,
yeah, the PK was stupid to give away because if you don't have your head on straight at the end of the game, you're going to make mistakes like that to put yourself in positions like that. And that's exactly what happened. So the youth of the, team shows in those moments. You could definitely tell the decision-making sometimes, it just doesn't show the experience. Like, yes, these guys don't have enough experience in what they're doing right now. But I feel like we're moving in the right direction. So I'm not too upset about it. A clean sheet would have given us 10 points goal differential, one more point, ahead of Arsenal. But right now we're all tied on goal differential, so we'll see what happens. But overall, no complaints, man. We're moving in the right direction, and with our schedule coming up, I'm feeling well. I'm feeling well about what we can do.
So I have something to ask. So when you guys haven't had like the same lineup consistently throughout the season. It's because of a couple of different things. But how do you guys feel about him not? I don't know. 3 months in, I guess. How do you feel about him, and how do you feel about his lineup not necessarily being consistent? It's working. I mean, honestly, it's working. So it's working.
I mean, for me, I feel like the core guys that he keeps in the starting 11 is fine with me. The Jacksons, the Palmer, the Caicedo, Colwell, Cucurella. He has main guys.
Is Madueke, is he one of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, so far, after 10 games, Maresca has told us he's his guy, right?
Okay.
So far, I have no complaints. But like yesterday, what he did, switching out 4 people in the starting lineup, from time to time, I want my manager to have the guts to do that. I want you to have the balls to think, Neto just scored against Arsenal. Just scored 2 goals on international break? He's in a good form.
He's listening. He's always going to score against us or have an
You know?
assist or do something.
Yeah. So it's to me, I like the guts that you can make a decision to be like, okay, we're gonna play this guy. But if I'm saying, do I like the core group of guys that he consistently starts? Yeah, I'm fine with it. Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe the back line you could do a couple of things differently, but I'm fine with the majority of the lineups he's put up.
Yeah, to piggyback off Mike, I mean, to be honest, the core guys are the core guys. We kind of know who those 6 to 7 guys are.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that everybody else's job is kind of in limbo. You have to keep your feet ready because we've seen Vega put in shifts. Just like Mike said, we've seen Neto score against Arsenal, go on international break. But I said this in the very beginning. What I know about this manager and what he said from the beginning is you have to show me in training. He values hard work. He values, you can do all that thing over there in your country, but when you come here, can you follow my instructions? Can you do what I'm saying in training? We're playing this team this week. Can you fit in this role? Because this is how we're going to be set up. So for me, I trust him enough because he hasn't shown me that he's going to put players in the wrong positions or he's going to put players that aren't ready for the match. So for me, it's cool it's cool that he switches it up because it keeps people on their toes. I don't want to see it all the time, but I know when we have these bigger matches, I kind of know what our 11 is going to be, for better or for worse. So it's nice to have a manager, like Mike said, that isn't afraid to make those type of changes because it shows that he's looking at things at a different level for me. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I mean, he hasn't shown us wrong, but we've been.
No, he hasn't.
I mean, we're top 3, top 4, all like consistently through these 12 weeks, and so for me, I just like the trajectory we're at. Even through the lumps, we're still getting 3 points. So,
I would say is this a shout? Is Maresca one of the candidates for manager of the season so far?
Him and Slot. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would say and not for nothing, I would put Ange up there too. Very slightly, I'd put Ange up there too. Even what he's doing with this team. I know he's not top 4, and I know that Tottenham isn't like where they should be, but what he's kind of doing with this team, he's not on the tier as Slot or Maresca, but he's there for sure.
Okay. I still don't want them to win something. Still.
No, they won't.
That's not.
I mean, they won't. They're not gonna win.
They might sneak a Carabao in there.
We'll see. But to shift gears, man, let's go to the other side of London. We got the Gunners back on their click. 3 goals for them against Nottingham Forest, a team that's actually been showing that they kind of want to play with the big boys, but Arsenal put them back in their place, obviously, at the Emirates. We got Saka scoring. We got Partey with a huge banger. And then we got our favorite light-skinned little bro, Nwaneri, getting just another magnificent goal, man. Gabriel, how do you feel about this 3-0 win? And again, you guys are top 4. You guys are on par with Chelsea. Goal differential is the same now. You guys aren't out of the race, so it's not like you guys are super far. But what do you feel that your team needs, and how do you feel about this win?
I don't know. I feel so many ways about this team. First and foremost, I'm glad that we got this win. We needed this win, and we needed this win in a demanding way, especially at home, because if we would have like drawn this game or lost, people would have been like, all right, looking at this team like, whoa, what's really going on? So I think this was a good commanding win. I think our best player played like the best player. And I'm happy about that goal and assist. It was good to see, like Mike said, honestly, it was good to see my manager switch it up a little bit and to see different players play. I know Ben White's out for months now. Declan Rice has this toe issue. We've been plagued with injuries this season, and I guess this is just our year for being plagued with injuries because for the past couple of seasons, other teams have. And and we've been relatively healthy these past couple seasons, and relatively. So you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been tough, but at the same time, it was good to see him switch it up, and it was good for us to get a commanding win. Jesus still, I don't know. It looked. I'm not gonna sit here and like he didn't score, he didn't assist, but it looked more fluid. You know what I mean? It looked more like us in a sense, and
Yeah.
I guess Kai Havertz is more of a, back to goal, long ball header, flick ons, things of that sort. And we did a little bit more of that, but this just looked a little bit more fluid. Now, how long this is gonna last, I don't know. You know what I mean? And this is just, I don't know. I hate to like just keep saying the same thing, but this is just really truly how I feel. We need a striker because none of the two strikers that we really have completely fit this role. Not for what we need. You know what I mean? One striker has qualities that are great. The other striker has qualities that are great. We need someone that has both of those qualities. And there's strikers in the market that have that,
Vic,
and
Vic,
it is what it is. But
Vic.
it was good to get a win. It was good to rest our players, and we just need to figure out our fullback situation because all of our fullbacks are injured or dealing with knocks, or Tamiyasu, he's out for an unforeseen time. He's not even with the team, I don't believe, right now. So I don't know when he's coming back. Timber, he's playing, but he's still coming off this ACL. He's still adjusting here and there. Kai Fiore, like, he just came off injury. Ben White, he's out for months. So Zinchenko, I mean, he's just coming back too, and we don't forget we still have Tierney, so and he's just now coming back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
literally all of our fullbacks are dealing with knocks or just coming back from injury. But I'm glad we got a way to get it done, and we move.
So, how do you feel about your boy's role in Waneri? Because it seems to be, how do you
Let's
feel about
talk
what
about
Ateta
it.
said afterwards? About, the bricks and, trying to, make sure that he allows this kid to, mature into whatever role that he will be playing on this team. Like, what do you think? Do you think he's trying to, like, calm down the noise of, this kid should have been playing a while ago? Because, to be honest, he should have been playing. Every time he plays, something happens. So,
I mean,
what do you think?
personally, for me, I think if he's good enough, he should play. I don't care how old you are. I mean, we've seen it. No, I'm not even gonna say that. But I think if a player is good enough, he should be playing. And I don't know. For me, from what I've seen from my eye test, every time he comes onto the field, like you said, Mike, and this
He
is not
scored.
even only on
Yeah.
Arsenal. This is on the U21s for England.
Yeah.
He's scoring, bro. He's scoring.
Yeah.
He's assisting. There's a GA somewhere in there, or he's affecting the play somehow. He came on,
Mm-hmm.
bro. He looked bright in 10 minutes and scored
Yeah.
quick.
Free bands.
And
Free
Mm-hmm.
bands.
it's things like that where it's like, oh, yes, he's young, but I personally, if we're in a situation where, listen, we need to pick me up, or hey, we need a goal, I need to see him come on ASAP because clearly he looks like a spark for us. If he's getting it done, bro, he's getting it done. I don't see what the issue is.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't. I've been preaching on this guy for preaching
Oh,
about
yeah.
this
This
guy
pod
for a
knows.
minute.
This pod knows.
Yeah, no, for years now, bro. I said we have this kid, and yeah, people thought it was all gas, but no, he seems real, and I don't know why not give him a run.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
not
got
saying you have to start him right away. I know it's brick by like when he's saying brick by brick, like we don't need to start him every game. I don't expect
Yeah.
that. And maybe
Okay.
that's what he's talking about, brick by brick.
But you see where
but
I
it's like,
don't. But you see where I don't. Sorry to cut
but
you off. But you see where I don't accept that. It's because just like you said, we've seen him over the course of the season. We don't seen him played already. And
yeah, but
again, we like it's not like we put him in for 10 minutes. We see him play for 10 minutes to see how to match. We put him in, he's scoring. Put him in, he's scoring. Put him in. We play what's it called? Carabao or FA Cup. He scores twice. Like it's not like the kid isn't just he's not putting in empty minutes. He's
Yeah.
going and he's feasting. And that's why I put in the chat Arteta isn't making I said a little bit harsher, but I say he's not making smart decisions by not playing this
he's
year.
not.
He's
I
not
mean,
for me
he's
as an
not.
impartial. I'm glad he didn't play against Chelsea because who knows
Yeah.
who knows what he can do against teams like us. We
I
don't
think
know. And for me, I'm looking at your team and I'm like, look, I was
But
going to
it's like
bring this up, and I was going
where
to
we
bring
gonna
this up.
put him? But where are we gonna put him, bro? Because all right, we're gonna play with Partey, Odegaard, and Waniri, and Waniri's gonna combine with like I understand, bro. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think he's just ready to. I don't know.
Not
that's
And
start.
where
maybe
I'm at.
he is.
Not
You-
start.
And
I'm not
honestly,
saying
and
he
wait,
has
wait,
to
wait, wait, wait,
start.
wait, wait, wait,
Nobody's
wait. And
saying he got to
honestly,
start, but you
maybe
don't think
he's.
he's ready to get 30 minutes in these
No, I
series
am. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm
because
saying.
you guys have had
I'm ready
matches
for
where
him to.
you needed a spark, and you've talked
Bro,
about this in the previous weeks.
I've been saying this. I've been ready for him to get 35 minutes, 30 minutes. Like it, bro, if we need a sub at 55, if Martinelli's not performing at 55, bro, put him on. Like I for me, I've been wanting him to get more minutes, but this is Arteta being stubborn because I feel like with Pep, we've seen young players just play.
Mhm.
If you're good, Rico Lewis is a prime example. Came out of the
Yeah,
academy.
you
Like,
gotta
who's
think though,
this? And
bro.
and
He's
yes,
entitled.
I understand.
He's trying to
Yes,
play players that are like proven though. Like he's not trying
I
to like mess around and like
bro, I
even though it's been
understand
good.
that.
But like I feel you. But like I feel like it's easy to say that like he needs to be like like he needs to be. I think in the other
He's
cup
not ready
games
to
he needs to be
start.
playing.
No.
I don't think he's ready to
Yes.
start. I don't think he's ready to.
No.
Everyone thinks he's like the bro. No, I
The
think he's a
savior. No,
young
I don't think
player.
he's the
He's a
savior,
young
but
player who's being managed the way he should be managed. I think
Yeah,
it's just
I don't think.
completely
Yeah,
ridiculous for
I
anyone to be like,
start
30
is
minutes in a
crazy.
Premier League game is a long time, bro.
yeah.
yes, no,
No.
but Salam, some of these games we know we've needed him to come in 30
No, I feel
after
you.
60 minutes. Trust me, because
I
some of
feel
these
you.
matches it's been stale, and it's like, bro, take Marino off, bro,
Yeah.
take Declan
Mhm.
off, keep Partey in. Like
You
it's
gotta
been
think for
clear
him,
some matches, you know,
yeah, you gotta think for
and
him,
I
he's probably
understand.
like, yo, I need the veterans.
I understand that, but
See,
at
Salam,
sometimes the
you're
veterans,
just
Salam, are not getting it done, and
thank
when they're
you,
not
thank
getting
you.
it done,
So
and when they're
you over
not getting
here
it done, bro,
and Jedi
sometimes you
mind
need a
tricks.
young player to
Mhm.
be the spark, bro. And he is our spark. Every time he comes onto the pitch, he gets something done. If we need to come in at 60, if you want to make it 65 instead of 60, sure, so long. 70 minutes, sure. We'll give him 20, 25 minutes, but he needs to be playing 25 minutes. That's for me. It's simple. So I agree with what you're saying because I don't feel like he should be starting at all. No, but like you said, like I've been saying, cup games, things like this, fine. We're winning 2-0 at home in a Champions League game. Put him on for extra time. Let him get 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Just yes, he's being managed how he should be managed, but we need to if he's performing like this, we need to start. All right,
He needs to get he needs
we're
for
going
me.
to advance. If you're going to be playing like this, we're going to integrate you just a little bit more and see
So
what happens.
so
Let's see how you perform.
so as an impartial, I look at moments like this because I'm like, look, in the moments where it's week 32, it's week 33, and it's 80 minutes in, and someone needs a sub. I need to be confident enough that I can put in this young player and he
Mhm.
has enough confidence to know, hey, we don't necessarily need a goal, but we need a goal. and for him to actually have the confidence to be able to play. And yeah, and it's week 12 and it's week 11 and it's cool. But this is what I'm looking at as Arteta, managing minutes. And I agree with Gabriel. What he's doing is well. He's being managed well as the player, as a young player. But we're also looking at this young player as someone that could be a spark and could potentially be someone down the stretch that we can use as a centerpiece. You know what I mean? So he needs to get, like Gabriel said, 4 minutes in Champions League. He needs to get a start in an FA Cup match. He needs to get 25 minutes in the Prem.
Build that confidence.
Because these are the moments that are going to matter in week 30, week 31, week 32.
Exactly.
Especially if they're fighting, because like I said, they're still top 4. They're still fighting. We haven't hit 25 yet. There's still a lot of matches left. So for them, they're looking to build.
No, I agree with you. That's a very good point.
And I do agree with you. I really do agree with you, because we will need that. We will need him to. What if what if someone gets injured?
Yeah.
What if someone gets like I don't think we're not taking that into account. Like, we have to take that into account with how our season's been going anyway. But this
because it might be, do we put in Jorginho or do we put in? It's like now when we have to make decisions on who's the next up, we want to make sure this guy is primed and ready to be the next up. If I'm a young guy, like you want to play, but sometimes you're not ready. We want to make sure this guy is ready in week 25. You know what I mean?
I agree. I know, I completely agree. And this is the last thing I say before we go to United, because this is truly, really important to me. Like I said, if he's good enough to play, he'll play. If he's impacting the match every time he comes on, he should start to get more minutes. That's just the natural progression of things, right?
Absolutely.
He's a player that we did that with.
Saka.
He came from the academy. Yeah, we did it with Saka. Why are we waiting, bro? Saka was putting out shifts.
Gabriel, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I want to ask you this question.
And I know Wenger was here, and Unai Emery was here. You know what I mean? So we've been through a couple managers, but fam, we did it with Saka. If he's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
If he's good enough, why is he not playing? Because we let Saka play young 90 minutes. What? Mm-hmm. He's been playing 90 minutes for a long time, bro. Think about it. A long time. And he's young. So and I'm not and I know he's like Waneri is still growing. So, he's still growing to his body and things like that. But if he's good enough,
okay.
Let him run. I'm not saying let him start, but let him run. Let him get 30.
I want to ask you all this before we move to United, because I'm glad that you made that point. So when a young player, for example, like in Waneri, it's in this phase of their career where it seems to like they have some type of momentum. Do you guys think it's helpful for the young player, for the team and coach to buy into that momentum? Or you think it can affect him later on down the line? Because as we all know, it's going to be highs and lows. And if your career starts, with, momentum like that, you could get, tricked into thinking, oh, this is how it's going to keep going. So when the low comes, can they actually, withstand, that low? But what do you guys think?
It comes down to the manager, I feel like. But also, as a young player, you kind of have to be able to manage it's hard to manage expectations with young guys because, especially when you're a young talent and you get handed the world, you're like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And it's hard when you hit that first roadblock, because if you're 17, 18, 19 playing with the first team, that means you're better than everyone in your age group. You know what I mean? So you're kind of used to being able to play. Exactly. So it's just about managing expectations, and it just comes down to the manager for me. That's where the manager comes into play.
Yeah, I think it really just depends. For me, it depends on two things. Like Cornelius said, the manager and his history with giving youth players a chance, and ultimately just the ability of the player. If the player's ability is at a point where it's like this, we have to fit him into the team, then I think that you have to fit him into the team. Now, does this kid fall into that category? I don't know, but it's definitely something to consider. When he's always contributing somehow every time he comes on. But
I mean, I
I
look at it.
personally think that he's doing a good job of managing him, and now with the second half of the season, especially December, he's gonna play. It's just a matter of
Yeah, and
when
which
those matches
spots?
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, when are they? Is it
Mhm.
going to be? It's probably going to be more home games because you'd want him comfortable at home. So I think he's fine, man. And I mean they're still right in the mix. So, um, but yeah, I mean he has to play more. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to switch gears, I want to talk about another team in Manchester before we get over to Manchester United because we got to talk about a certain Erling Haaland and his quote. We lost four in a row, but how bad is it? It's not that bad. It's not like we got relegated. And then Erling Haaland proceeds to not only miss a sitter in the 5th minute of the match, but then a sitter in the 10th minute of the match. And then in about the 15th minute of the match, he also decides to take a header all the way high. And then in about the 16th minute of the match, it looks like Tottenham gets their first goal. And after that, it was just an avalanche of goals. Just want to say happy belated birthday to Mr. James Madison.
Facts. He was
Turned
balling
28
out.
and he got a brace on his birthday.
And
It's
an
it's
assist,
it's kind of a given at this point. If it's your birthday, you might as well just bet that player to score
Yeah.
because he went dummy. Shout out Mr. Matters
Just
because
feeling himself.
wow. First and foremost, shout out to Tottenham for the match 4-0. And I think we all talked about this last week. We said Spurs can get a result. This
Mm-hmm.
is a City team that's very, very beat up. This is a
Yeah.
City team that is lacking in confidence. For the first time in Pep's City career, they lost 4 matches in a row. So for
This is five.
them,
Right? This is five now. No,
this is
Yeah.
five. This
Yeah.
is
five. Yeah.
this is five, bro. And so before we talk about United, I wanted to talk about City because they're still in second place. With even with 5 losses in a row, they seem to still be in second place. But if you look at where the table is right now, we say you lose one match, you win one match, you can jump 3 or 4 spots. And now City's kind of getting into the danger zone where the rest of the table is catching up with them. Liverpool's kind of right now in a league of their own, and we'll talk about them. But with City, what do we think about them right now, especially after this massive loss to Spurs?
I think they're just human, man. They're just human.
Now
It,
they're
it,
human.
we're seeing the effects of just keeping the standard so high. That to me, that's what it is. I don't think it's that deep. They've had injuries in key spots where it has affected and also contributed to this run. But overall, I think if you stack up this City team that just lost, even against the Tottenham team, that City team is still a better team than Tottenham. Like, let's be for real. It's just I think
Mm,
they've lost the spark. The standard is beating them down. I think that's what it is, bro. Bro, it's 4 years in a row winning the league. Come on, man. That has to be. It's never been done, and they did it. That has to be something. You know what I'm saying? I think we're smart enough to we're smart enough to look at this team and not think that this is going to be City all season. No, I think they're in a spot right now where it's just like, what is it? What is
But
that? They
man,
have a Ballon d'Or winner. They've done the treble. They've done the quadruple in the league.
so you're shooting them bail for being bad right now.
No, no,
For
I'm
this.
not
I
bailing
mean, I
them out.
don't think
I just think
it's not just
it's a realistic point of view to look at.
yeah. It's because it's not just to his point. It's not just like the past 4 years. Yeah, like the past 4 years they won
Yeah,
the title, but it's like I mean, like the past 10 years. I mean, they've been consistently at the top for you know. But I mean, I really think that this is just another situation every year. They have a situation like this, and usually works itself out. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel as if like obviously, De Bruyne has been, in and out all year. If they can get him in and playing consistently, especially in these next run of games, better for them. Obviously, Rodri's a big miss. I mean, that's not like, you know, regardless of if this person has been out, this person has
Yeah.
been out. Rodri's been a mainstay, and obviously they miss his presence. So until they can, consistently find someone who can help fill that void, because I mean, shout out to Rico Lewis and Gundogan, but in midfield they were getting just
Cooked.
hurt,
The
and it's
same.
like
Cooked.
Gundogan at this stage of his career, and it's like Lewis.
Circles.
I like Rico Lewis. I think he's a really good player. I think honestly, he's like one of the most uniquely talented. He could play anything. I think
Hmm.
he could play center mid, right back, left back,
He
whatever you need. Center
he's
defensive mid, whatever you need,
he's what Maitland Niles should have been.
bro.
The best
He's
utility player ever,
yeah,
just to play anywhere.
Yeah.
he's just a footballer, man. He's really good. But I mean, still a young player. Like I mean, obviously Spurs showed their class today, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, but to not to move away from City, I guess I think that they'll be fine. That I still think that they need to address the center of the midfield in January. If they don't, this
Yeah.
season is going to be very tough to
Hmm.
finish.
I really think it cooked.
But do you think like this could be, because we've had this conversation before many years. We've seen many different forms of like this Tottenham team, I would say over the past decade since Bale's been there. Do you think this is this team could be like the best of all those Tottenham teams?
It's hard to say that because if you look at the team that went to the Champions League final, that was a very strong team.
Yeah.
Would you
Sissoko
say
was starting,
that
no?
team was not better than this team?
I think the only reason why I would say that team is better is because of Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, that's fair.
And
That's
and I guess where Son was in his career. Not saying that Son's not, you know, really, but I think overall as a team, they're better now. Well, because to be very honest with you, I mean, Van der Ven is the best defender. If he's defending Harry Kane at that moment, I don't know. I think that this team now would beat that team. Just overall as a team, they're better. Even though that team has,
They have better.
I would say they're more balanced. Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't know if they're better. I feel like defensively, this team is more stronger than that team.
yeah, bro. I mean, shit. Because what does
Yeah,
Harry
I
Kane?
think this.
what
I
does
think
Harry
this
Kane
team
do?
is better.
Yeah, what does Harry Kane do? He drops down in midfield. He wants to get involved. Son back then over the top. Son was crazy, but you know who's faster? Brandon.
Brandon
So
Johnson.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean, I
okay.
think better
No,
keeper,
yeah,
right back, left
better
back
keeper,
situation.
better keeper for sure.
We
And
can
and
make this
before
a poll.
before we get off this Tottenham City, I just want to say, shout out my boy Vicario, bro. He's crazy.
The career is nice.
He's crazy.
Told you, I've been saying this though, man.
And I know Gabriel said he's the best, like in between and that he doesn't like to come out of the box or whatever.
He doesn't like to come out the box. He really doesn't.
All I'm saying is in that little 6-yard box, he might be top 5. He might be top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about it. But
In what, the world or
His reaction, he's good. I
his
like
reactions are top 5
In
in
the
the
world?
Prem for sure. In
In
the
the
Prem,
Prem,
yeah,
absolutely. In the world, I'm ready to put
in
him
the
top
Prem
5.
for sure.
Let's say who are the best top 5 keepers in the Prem?
Because
No particular order. Vicario
I'm not putting
this
him
season.
one.
Allison's
season,
up there. Emi
Yeah,
Martinez
Allison's
is up
injured.
there.
Allison's
Martinez?
injured.
Allison's been
Allison is
Emmy.
injured.
Allison is
But I mean,
injured.
if you just want to put him up there, just to put how
No,
many games?
I'm not putting. I'm not. He hasn't played. He hasn't played. He played like a few
okay.
games, and then he got.
I'm
hurt.
sorry, but spoiler: Onana's in there.
Onana's been good.
Onana's in there.
Onana's been good. I don't know
Onana's
if he's top 5.
The reason why we didn't lose, spoiler. The reason why we didn't lose this next segment is because of him. So Onana's in there.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Would y'all
Who
pull
else?
Callahan? I think Callahan's been solid for Liverpool.
If you're putting y'all crazy. You're putting
What,
Ryan in
Raya?
there.
We
Yeah,
can
you're
put
putting
Raya in
Ryan
there.
in
Go
there.
ahead,
What do
Gabe.
you
Okay.
mean?
Well,
We're not. But who did you say? You said Kelleher.
yeah, Callahan for Liverpool.
Okay.
He's
Would you
been
put
good,
in
man.
Kelleher? Would you put in Kelleher over Martinez?
Wow.
No, I'm not.
No,
No.
bro,
Okay,
no,
put
Yes,
Martinez
I'll
is
put
in there.
Callahan over Martinez.
What?
Yes.
no. You're
Right
Mike,
now,
you're
yes.
speaking nonsense, man.
No, yes. Callahan has been a big part of Liverpool's run that they've been going on.
He has been.
He's
I'm.
been a big part of it.
You're gonna
Right?
put. I
Do
put
we
both
put them
of
both
them.
in there? We can put them both in there, right?
Yeah, I put them both there.
We can put so
Yeah.
Kelleher,
Is Everton there?
Emi Martinez,
Raya.
Raya, and Onana. And then who's the fifth? This
I
guy?
don't.
You
I
said
don't agree with
You put
Onana. I
Vicario
don't
in
agree
there.
with Onana. I don't agree with that.
you don't think Onana is
Onana's been
top five
good.
keeper
I'll
in the
give
year?
you that.
I don't know.
Top
Bro.
five is hard, but I see where
We
you're coming from.
still don't trust you. I don't
Bro.
know. I don't trust him, man.
If you even want to go there, from
We
the
still
people
don't
that we've
trust
ranked,
you.
from the people that you know that he was before today. He was the leader of the Golden Glove leader. You know that.
I mean,
before
I have the Golden Glove leader, man. Like, I have
Yeah.
Golden Glove previous winner. Man.
I had one too, but he's a free agent. Well, no, actually, he plays for Fiorentina now. But yeah, I mean, nah, but okay, yeah. Nonetheless, you're right though. Vicario, shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he's nice.
all right. Yeah, so let's switch gears to the other team over in Manchester. We thought we were going to get a new manager bounce, but it looks like we only got a new manager bunny hop. Ipswich
Okay.
managed to get y'all like that. A little, you know,
Okay, I
a
see
little
it.
something off the top.
He's a little buddy up.
Ipswich 1-1 against Manchester United. We saw, a quick goal by Marcus Rashford in the first half. Then I honestly thought y'all were off to the races. Couldn't seem to capitalize off of that. And then in pure United fashion, obviously you guys gave up a goal. Salam, what did you like? What did you dislike? And then, first thoughts on the new manager and how he set you guys up today.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was obviously not ideal that we didn't get the 3 points, but I think overall there's a lot of takeaways that we can take away from this. I think it's good to see for the manager to see in a situation away from home where it's a little bit, obviously like, just the situation away from home. I think for him to see the players like that in that situation was good for him, because I think what's apparent straight away is that he wants to play his way. You saw the new lineup, right? And certain players flourished in certain roles and certain players didn't, right? So with that being said, I mean, shout out to Rashford for getting the goal. Objectively, I don't look at the game, really too negatively. I mean, because the goal that we concede honestly is a deflection off of our player. I think if that ball doesn't hit Maserati's head, it doesn't, go over the top of Onana. I thought he had it
We
covered.
don't know that. We don't know that.
That's what I don't know.
Hey,
We don't know that.
I looked
We
at
don't
the
know that. We don't know that.
I looked at the angle. So I looked at the angle.
We all looked
He
at
was
the angle.
there.
We all saw the same angle, bro.
But nonetheless, the goal is the goal. But nonetheless, I thought, what you saw was that some of these they couldn't, carry out what he wanted to do over the course of 2 halves of 45 minutes. We tried to play his way for the first, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes. From the 5 to 10 minutes, we created a lot of chances. We scored our goal. I mean, obviously, there was a little bit of you know, we're not used to playing that way, so we did concede a lot of opportunities in the first half, which some were dangerous. But I think the formation, I think that the lineup, I think that the way that he wants to play will filter out all these guys, man. It's all good. I think there are a few
Like
players
who?
that
It'll filter the guys that
nah, it's just
else.
you just have to have because look, here's the thing. We know he wants to play three in the back. One we
Yeah.
right, he wants to have two sixes in there, a 6 and 8 in there, and then he wants two wide players to just create with. Their job is to create wide. I think that the players that we had out wide today actually did a really good job. Delo, his profile fits. I'm not really too concerned about him. I'm honestly impressed with the performance that he had today
Yeah.
in the new role. I think that that player has continuously showed why he should continue playing and getting more minutes into this team because every time that he gets on the ball, he makes something happen for us. So um, even though he did well on the as that right wing back, I would like to see him in one of those, 10 roles behind the nine because in front of those is the two tens, and then you have the 1 9. So Rashford played as the nine today. Um, I mean, I think going forward, that's probably going to be his role in the team because we don't really play with any wingers anymore. And I don't think that he really has the profile of what the manager wants to play in one of those 10 roles. So I think that the nine for him could be good. And like today, he scored, so that was good. But the manager said he started the players that he worked with this week. Obviously, it was the international break. A lot of people were out, so he said he um, you know, worked with the people that he had in training this week. So this is just the first game. I'm not really too worried about it. I don't really take too much stock into the lineup because this is his first lineup. I don't anticipate this being what it's going to be for the rest of the season. So the more he gets to know these players and what their strengths and weaknesses are, I think it'll be easy for him to find the positions that they need you to play in. I don't know why you're laughing, Cornelius. I mean, shit. It is what it
That's
is.
a real diplomatic way of
Yeah.
saying you weren't excited with what you saw today.
Nah, I just, bro, like, no, it's. I'm not gonna like overreact and be like, oh my god, I was expecting five. No, we are where we are in the table, right? So, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Baby
you guys
steps.
saw the game, right? We looked
Yeah.
good for a period of time, and then we couldn't sustain that because for whatever reason, either we're not fit enough or we don't
I
have
can't
the
remember the last time you guys
profile.
put together two good halves.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So I
it's
mean,
been a while.
it's obviously like a culture thing that we need to kind of figure out and work through. So, and I think that he'll be good on that. I really, out of all the managers that we've had, Jose, I kind of knew like what to expect. I knew that we would get something, but from all the other ones, he's like the one that I feel like I'm the like most calm about because I think again, this is Ineos's guy. I think that they're gonna back him. And I mean, bro, he said too in the interview, if you guys have watched it, he was very clear and very upfront about we're going to play the way that I play, and that's just what it is. So if he sticks with that, if he goes with that, then okay, the football will football. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, this is just game one, but I think as a fan, I would be excited because I think that you're seeing players move in different spots. I thought it was lastly, I just thought it was an interesting scenario for him because he had Xerxes and Hoyland on the bench. And I was like, okay. So Hoyland came on as that nine, and then Xerxes came on as that 10, which I think that he has the technical ability to play there, but I don't know, man. There was
What? what are the expectations for your
What you
two
got? Yeah. Do you and do you think he's going to play
your
with?
two dead
My
strikers?
question was, do you think he's actually going to play Rashford up top? And if he does, what does
Yeah.
that do for the other two boys?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dead
so
strikers.
it's interesting though because I do think Rashford will play in that 9 role because again, like we don't really play with any wide forwards. He's not going to play as a wing back, you know, for sure, right? We know we can all agree on that. He's not going to be a wing back. So I mean that the only other position leaves him with that 10, but he's not again. If you want to play in a 10 in Almorim'S system, you gotta do a little bit more, you know, in terms of the pressing and the stuff that Mason Mount is good at, which is another player that I think that will get will flourish into this system. So to answer your question, yes, I think that Rashford will play as the 9. I think that
Okay,
our
so
rotation from now until
So
the end of the
what
season will
for them
be.
other two boys?
I'm getting there. I
Okay.
will
Okay.
say Rasmus and Rashford, double R. They'll be our 9 rotation, and then Xerxes gonna, I guess, play in that 10 role because that's just
Hey,
I,
were you
I
happy
think
with
he's a good player, man. You guys say what you want about him, man. He's a good player.
yeah.
who?
We'll talk about it when he shows up.
Xerxes?
Anyway,
Yeah, he showed up day one.
Yeah. Hey, he showed
Yeah,
up early
yeah.
for class.
that
First
He
was
day
showed up
out.
real early
that
for
was clearly
class.
a fluke.
First
Yeah,
day out.
he was there
After
Clearly,
that,
30 minutes early.
yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't need
So
the breakfast. Didn't even
I want
need
to ask
breakfast.
you
Just
about
there.
Bruno.
yeah.
Thoughts on Bruno today?
I mean, I think that he continued what he's been doing all season, which has been inconsistent. So I mean, I don't know, man. He's an interesting
He's
one
gonna
though, man.
play in
Because
this system, man. He's gonna
no,
find a
he
way
is
to
gonna play. He is gonna play, and I think the
he
role for
has
him
to
is
play.
gonna be behind the 9. It just for me, it's like I don't
As the
know.
10.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to play like as the 10 behind the 9
So okay, so
because that's
do you think Bruno's gonna be systemized? Like, do you think he's going to do you think now your team is going to be a strict like system in a
yeah.
sense?
But I think that
Okay.
that's what's sustainable, and I think that that's like the direction of like obviously where the game is going with the amount of games that are being played. You can't always rely on just like the individual brilliance. You need a specific system, a sustainable system, to where it doesn't matter who comes in there, right? They know their role, they fulfill their role, and the next player, if they come in, it's the same thing. So I don't think any player is like too like can't be coached, right? You just need a little bit of direction. I just think that the players, when you see the players go out onto the pitch, they're being instructed to do what you're seeing. So it's not like, they're just, all right, guys, go figure it out. It's this is footballing at its highest level. So, and this coach has shown that, and no disrespect to Sporting, but he could take Sporting and turn them into a force in the European game. So, you know, and I watched the last few weeks of Sporting, and I'm like, bro, we do not look like them. And our players do not look like, when I look at our players and their strengths and the positions that they're playing in, it's different. It's very different from what we have. But I mean, we did what we could today, man. Johnny Evans played,
The
wasn't
boys
expected.
gave it. The
Luke
boys
Shaw
gave
even came.
everything.
No, the boys did give everything. We saw Luke Shaw today. We saw Mason Mount today. We saw, I mean, hey, you know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out
We're
my
getting
dog
healthy
Patriots.
back. Euro should be back too. So I think,
Bro, when
yeah,
is
man,
Euro coming back?
he's coming back soon. December.
Oh,
Listen,
yo.
I want winter's officially here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do before we get into our next topic and predictions and all that. I want to say winter is officially here. It has gotten cold over there. It's getting cold.
It's cold over
Yeah.
here.
It's getting
Raving
rainy.
about
It's
it.
getting windy, and now we're in starting this week, everyone has runs of matches through the winter, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it now. Champions League is in full effect. Champions League is this week. We have Prem. Then Boxing Day. Every 3 days, every 4 days, bro, is gonna be matches.
Time to get to work.
So this is I say it every year, this is winter is
It's a
here.
good time.
It's a good time to really evaluate our teams, because true colors will truly show. It's about to get cold. Some of these players don't like playing in the cold. I'll tell you that right now. Some players are gonna be looking stiff.
Well, I'm already not allergic to the cold. Over here sneezing.
Yeah. Nah, man. It's
You
about to
you
get
say
hot.
the word cold, he started.
So
man.
I'm very excited to see how this season evolves. It's going to be very interesting.
Honestly, I know we don't have a lot of time left, but we have to talk at least for a quick hit about Liverpool. They're kind of running away right now. Early on,
Sure.
Southampton did what they could, but at the end of the day, we can't rely on the worst team in the league to try to get points against the best team in the league thus far. What do we think about Liverpool, and how did we expect this from Arne Slot? I mean, I feel like he flew under the radar, and then Buddy just came in and now is the best manager in the league.
Nah, I think Mike said this in one of his recaps earlier in the season. Like, not taking anything away from him at all, but I think he's really benefited from having a group that has been there, at least the core group. Anyway.
He adopted a good system, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like now he's an ultimate. If you guys know the way that he was playing, he essentially took this like erratic and crazy, aggressive style that Klopp used to play and just kind of refined it and kind of it's like more efficient now, and there's like a little bit more control. So it's like they look better. You know what I'm saying? Like in my opinion, and they've been relatively healthy. So gotta give that to them too. I think really, for me, I think Liverpool will. I can't say lose, but I think that they could potentially win the title this month. Like if they just sweep every game that they play in the Premier League, I don't think anybody could catch them.
Yeah.
I think it's still a little early, but I see what you're saying.
Let's look at. Let me
they
look
sweep
at
December for sure,
bro. I don't know why I was looking at their schedule. I was like, man, whoever put their schedule together, man, they low key.
They wanted them.
That was some love.
They wanted to go on the little run during December.
Well, their next run of games.
I hear what you're saying. I don't know.
Their next run of games is they play City December 1st.
And City's not even the same city anymore.
Yeah. December 4th, 3 days later, they play Newcastle. That Saturday, they play Everton. The following Saturday, they play Fulham, Southampton, Tottenham, Leicester, West Ham, all in the month of December.
Those are all winnable.
Bro, West Ham, dub. Leicester, dub. Tottenham, dub. Southampton, dub. Fulham, dub. Everton, dub. Newcastle.
I mean, their last non-win was against Arsenal, and it was a draw in October 27th. And their only loss against Nottingham Forest was in September 14th. I mean, these cats are on a crazy run right now.
Yeah, it's doable. I think
it's doable, but I think they'll drop points.
They'll drop points.
That's 7 games, 21 points.
If they keep it up, they'll win the league for sure.
21 points. I would say if they get 18 of those, they win.
Yeah,
18.
I mean, they're just taking care of the little things, man.
Exactly. Like not losing to Southampton, which would have been a bad,
Even dropping
points. A draw,
even getting a draw because they had to come from down 2-1.
2-1, yeah. So,
yeah, no, they
I
look
think they're
good.
the favorites for sure, no doubt about it.
And this far in the season, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Sure.
don't. But this is the thing. This is the thing. Don't get caught slipping twice because you get caught slipping twice
yeah.
now. No, I'm
It's
just saying. I'm just
slippery
saying now.
slope.
They're in. Listen, they're in prime position to win the league right now.
Yeah.
Shalom, you're 100% right about that. But if they drop 6 points, we're
Look,
catching up. Like I don't because if you look at the table right now,
I mean, Salam's. I mean, he
between
talked about this from second place,
yeah,
23 points, all the way down to 13th place, 15 points is only 8.
yeah.
So
So it's like
you know, I mean,
yeah,
the gap from 31, which Liverpool is at, to 23, which Man City is at, it's a pretty. That's also 8. So we can look at that from first place to second place is 8, but then from second place to 13th place is 8. So everyone is strictly fighting right now for top 4. Like just like we said last week, you drop 2 points here, you can go from third place all the way down to 7th place. So it really
Quick.
depends on week to week basis for these guys. So yeah, Liverpool's in a great spot right now, but just like Gabriel said, you drop 3 points here, you drop 6 points, you're right back into the danger zone because everyone's
Yeah.
it's what they say. What Jay, you put crabs in the barrel, they're all going to pull each other down. Everybody's in the barrel right now, and
Yeah.
Liverpool is just barely at the top, about to get out, but they're not all the way out yet. You know, it's still very, very early.
And I think that City match will be tougher because let's come on, these top 6 matches, you know,
Yeah.
these teams will get up for it. So even if they, you know, they drop points, simply dropping points is is massive right now. Drop 2 points here, that's the team gets a gain, you know. They close the gap 2 points, boom. They close the gap 2 points, boom. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I think they're performing very, very well, but they're not at the doghouse yet, man. They're not at the doghouse, and they still have to see us again, and they see us late.
And they still got to see us again. No,
They see us late. We play them.
I'm not lying.
What are you
Third to
guys
last
gonna do?
game.
They gotta see us.
Yeah, all right.
They got to see us for real. I want my lick back. I want my lick back. I'm not lying, bro.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah. Honestly, Salam, I'm not mad at you. New manager with the it's a rivalry match, bro. Like
Right.
honestly,
Right.
if there's one thing I'll say to all of us on this pod, if there's anyone to get their lick back from Liverpool and or City, it's us. We have to be the ones to do it.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We're big clubs. We
Yeah,
got to be the
wow.
ones to do it. Otherwise, who
Okay.
else I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey,
I
man,
know some of y'all looking scared.
Go ahead
I'm just
and-
saying, I'm not real.
go ahead and win that conference league, man. Add
Oh,
it to the
that's coming
trophy
with us.
cabinet.
That's coming with us.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Modern history.
put it
Modern history.
lock of the year. lock
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, put it in.
Chelsea wins the conference.
That's
If you guys
crazy.
honestly, bro, you need to win the conference league. There is no like, nah.
No, we gotta win.
Nah.
The pressure.
Somebody y'all gonna
We
get
have
caught
to
up
win.
somehow.
Bro, who did y'all play?
No,
what's his name?
No. Noah.
FC Noah.
Shout out FC Noah, man.
Shout out FC
Bro,
Noah.
if y'all don't win the
Shout out.
conference league,
Yeah, let's do
100%.
predictions, man.
oh,
Some of you
man.
have a tough week ahead.
Who's that?
Bro,
Not me.
if y'all don't win the conference league.
I tell you.
Actually, no, there's some teams in there. Ghent. I rock with Ghent, man. I rock with Ghent.
Shout out
Give
to the Belgian.
Tell me one
team.
playoff Ghent.
They're Belgian.
Listen,
bro.
LASK. Listen, they have some.
I don't know any players on Ghent right now, but they used to have some African.
They used to have some shutters. So
We'll
LASK.
see.
right now, I couldn't tell you.
We'll
I know we
see.
see Villa next weekend at home.
Yeah, I'll go first. I mean, we play Bode, Glimt in
Bodo Glick.
Bode Glimt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Bode slash Glimt.
Both
You know?
slides.
Yeah, no,
It's
shout out to them.
crazy.
Hey,
Both
shout out to
slides
them,
is
man. Shout
crazy.
out to them, man.
No, for real.
But yeah, man, we welcome them at Old Trafford, and I really think I think we have a shot at Europa League this year. So I think we got to go for it. I think that's realistically the only way that we get into Champions League this year. You know, because yeah, get well soon. But I think yeah,
Nah,
get a win this weekend. I'm sorry, midweek on Wednesday versus Bode. I'll be interested to see who he starts because now he'll have, been there for I guess 2 weeks now, and then we play Everton. So yeah, looking forward to that. Easy week. 2 dubs.
trap game, trap game.
Yeah.
So we see FC Heidenheim
Oh,
midweek.
okay.
Bundesliga team. So put some respect on their
Bundesliga.
name. Yes, Bundesliga 1. Right up there with Dortmund and Augsburg,
Okay.
Hoffenheim.
Oh, Heidenheim. Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah.
got newly promoted team, so put some respect on their name.
Uh,
The match is away, so we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, I think we'll do well. I'm actually curious to see who he'll play because he played Joao Felix in the Prem, so maybe we'll see Neto. I don't know.
where's
Yeah.
Sancho?
He got some
Just came
turn.
back from injury. He
He
played
got
the
like
last
he got
one.
like 5 minutes
He's
at the end.
he's on the bench today. I didn't know if he played or not.
Yeah, he got like
Where's
he got like 5
Sancho?
minutes.
Where's Sancho?
No, I'm just wondering. I was
Don't
just
worry.
wondering. Where,
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
we're taking our time with bro. We're not rushing him. We're taking our time
No,
with bro.
you know what
Dom,
though?
you
This
see
is
him.
like
You
real
see
question.
him.
Real question.
You see
Real
Sancho.
question though. This is no joke. This is a real question. You guys obviously got him on loan. I don't know if you have him on an obligation to buy, but with the Brazilian kid coming next year, right? And you already have Mudrik there. Sorry, I don't mean to pick on Mudrik, but just like, I mean, you just have a lot of people in that position, right? It's
You
like
have a lot of people everywhere. Man.
João Felix plays there. You have an abundance of talent. Yeah, João Felix plays there. Mudrik plays there. Sancho plays there. And these are the guys that are not really getting the consistent minutes in the Prem. I mean, they're playing in the
I'm
other.
not gonna lie, a lot of those guys are gonna be gone. With Maresca, I feel like he's already kind of. I mean, when he came in, there were guys that just weren't practicing with us because they were on their way. He said,
Yeah, no,
this is the
I
team
remember.
that I'm practicing with, and these are the guys I'm using." And so for me, I can tell that he's already started to phase some guys out. I mean, Mudrik was starting when he first came. Where is he now? I mean, I
Yeah.
get again. He values
Plays in the Conference
he
League game.
values practice, but you can see who his first team is. Like Mike said earlier, he has his core 7 guys, his core 8 guys. Those other 3 to 4 guys, those fringe players, I think over the course of the season it'll get more solidified. But
Yeah.
My one thing on Chelsea. Last one thing. Where does Nkuku fit in all this? And do you think? I mean, I don't know. These are just rumors. I just listen. I don't say anything. But do you believe? If do you believe that he's fitting into this project?
I
for
think
me,
it's just
go ahead.
this is only a problem in the Premier League games. He starts in every other game we play. That is not the Premier League. Carabao, Conference League. He starts all those games. It's just the fact that Maresca is dedicated to making sure that Nicholas Jackson succeeds as our number 1 striker. He does not want that confusion at all. He wants everybody to know Jackson is our 1, and it is what it is.
So
and
so
it
Nkuku's
sucks
a 9.
because
So Nkuku's a 9 too. He's not a 10 or
he's a
11.
backup for Jackson in the Premier League.
No,
That's
yeah,
what
because you
he
can't play over Palmer. So it's like
yeah.
Okay.
I think the Nkunku situation is very interesting because it's really only a problem in the Premier League games. And that is where you would, as a fan, at least me, I would love to see him integrate him into the team somehow. But he seems to use him as just Nicholas Jackson's backup in the Prem.
Hmm.
So it's
Okay.
interesting on that one. Not gonna lie, that's an interesting situation that I'm very interested to see how he, finds the balance.
So am I.
Yeah,
telling you, man,
Because
Nkunku,
I think he's too talented not to play. I mean,
absolutely. I
obviously,
agree.
he he's going to play every other match when other players aren't going to play.
Exactly.
Regular starters, but he's one of those guys where it's like he needs to be getting
He's got to be playing.
regular minutes. Yeah, he needs to be
Yeah.
getting regular 60 minutes.
bro.
So
Him, Jackson,
yeah.
Palmer, and Neto. That's pretty
You just
good.
gotta figure out how to play them all on the pitch, but I think it can work.
Yeah.
Or maybe even take Neto out and put Madueke in there.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
lot of
an
attacking
interesting one.
players. Yeah, it's a tough job, but it's a good problem to have for a manager.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mike, did you do predictions? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we beat Aston Villa next week at home. Obviously we win as well
Okay.
midweek. So I think we should have I think we're going to be going on a little run here. So I want to see how long we go.
That's
We'll
that's
go
a
on 10
trap.
games.
The Villa game, the trap. Where's the game at?
It's at home. We're at home.
It's definitely a trap game.
um. Okay, so Arsenal
Long things
sees.
for him.
We actually listen, man. We actually see Sporting, bro. We actually
Lucky.
see Sporting away.
Practice.
So, this is a big match for us. I think bigger than people think, because I think we need to go there and lock him up.
Which
I think we
is
need to go there and lock him up and be like, yeah, we're not. We
Vic,
want you to
Vic,
join us.
Who are you talking
Vic,
about?
Vic.
Victor, the striker.
Uh,
Mister, come on, man.
you're
The
correct.
celebration.
that's
So
that's
They didn't know who I was before the mask.
yeah, so I think we need to go over there and make a statement and show him that we're a very good team, bro. You should just come over here and join us and not join that nonsense over there. We already know what's going on. But
Against Gabriel.
yeah, no, it's gonna be I don't know. I think it's gonna be an interesting game, but Tuesday Champions League match away.
What
Honestly,
happens? What happens if you guys win, but he scores 2 on you?
then he'll come to United. He'll be like, I
I
scored
think
on
it's
them
an.
today.
I mean, the
It's
way
in the
we've
bag.
been
Everyone
leaking, I
knows he's
think the
coming to
way we've
United.
been leaking goals, honestly, but the way we've been leaking goals has been crazy. But we're going to be up for this game because there's been a lot of talk. So I expect us to be
I don't know. I'm
somewhat
actually really
defensively ready.
anticipating that match. When's that
Yeah,
match?
me
Tuesday or
too.
Wednesday?
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
okay.
3
Tuesday.
o'clock.
I'm tuning
Tuesday,
in.
3 o'clock
Okay.
EST.
Okay.
But 8 p.m. if you're in London. But um, but yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I think it'll be a 2-1 match. I think or a 1-1 match. Honestly, I could honestly see us draw because it's gonna be tough midweek match. So I think we'll come out there 1-1, 2-1, just get points. Honestly, we're in a good Champions League position right now. I take a point there, but I think we still win 2-1. And then that Saturday we play West Ham away. They will take care of business.
Kudus is back that game, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
they've been
I think that was one more.
Damn, one
Nate.
more?
They gave him 5 games.
Jeez, I don't know. Give him 5.
5
yeah,
games.
man. It was
Well,
excessive.
I'm not sure if he'll be back this match. There's also been a lot of talk with him and us too, saying that we're gonna make a bid for him.
We
No,
get
we
nice
should have got
fit for
him
you
last
guys.
year.
You get nice
Huh?
fit.
We should have got him last year.
Yeah,
You guys really, we're gonna look back on this. I
They're
really
always
hope,
a year or
we
two.
fumbled so
They're
many
always a
bags.
year or
Yeah.
two
man.
late.
you're gonna look back on this and be like, damn, in 20 the season going into the 2024
21.
season.
21.
Nah, the
22.
2024 this season, like we should have had our striker and the other attacker that we needed to bring in. With you guys brought in Moreno, you brought in Calafiori. Okay, cool, but you needed
And
the striker.
all of them are injured.
You still got Sterling though. Thank you, Chelsea. Remember? Sterling.
Oh yeah, Sterling.
Yes,
You got
you
Sterling.
Sterling.
You got
We got
Sterling and
Sterling.
Jesus. Damn.
No, I got Sterling.
But
Sterling
but
has
yeah,
only
no.
played for the top clubs in the Prem. Have you realized that?
Except United.
He's on loan. We're not gonna. There's no way we keep him.
Yo, that's low key, bro. You played for Liverpool, City, Chelsea,
Arsenal.
and Arsenal.
I didn't buy your
You have
settings.
to go. You have to go. Top
Buy your settings. No sale.
Bro,
To no team.
he has to go to Tottenham. He has to go to Tottenham.
Yeah, no, he has to go to Spurs. Just
You know what I'm saying?
no way, Andrew. No way, Andrew would accept that, man. No way, Andrew.
That's funny.
Shout out to Raz.
Shout out, man.
Hey,
But-
man, crash out of the week. Do we have any crash outs?
Yeah, man. Who crashed out this week, man? I got a few.
That's
You know what?
crazy.
I'll chill.
That's great.
Get well soon, man. Who
Who's-
we go with? I don't know why. This is a get well soon from last week. But David Coots.
Oh gosh. Yeah, man.
Get well soon, man.
Oh, God.
That's funny.
I don't know. There's really no. Oh yeah, the Southampton keeper. Get well soon.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
about to say Mr. McCarthy.
That
Oh
was
my god.
what I saw. What I saw was just
Talking about
bad,
crashed
man.
out.
Because
Okay.
Salah's goal, I'm like, bro, the whole goal's open. Like, there's really
Yeah.
nothing you need to do.
They
A
didn't
simple
deserve
tap,
a lot of them.
you're
Fraudulent
fine.
behaviors, man. Fraudulent behaviors.
And then the first goal, you're trying to play
It
out.
honestly made me turn the match off. If it wasn't for y'all saying, yo, turn it back on, I was so ready to just finish out Osasuna and Villarreal. Because that's what I was
Yeah.
watching.
It
Nah.
was-
Oh
it
yeah, I
was,
got another one. Go ahead, Gilbert. Go ahead, finish.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, mine was gonna be who this is the people who crashed out. Ederson, Akanji, Stones, who else? Rico Lewis, Gundogan,
Savinho.
Pep, Savinho, Zion.
Can we talk about Savinho actually real quick?
He actually kind of balled out. I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
He
Can we
looked
talk
Still
about
no goals,
Savinho?
man. Still no goals.
Because he still has no goals.
Oh, he
Bro,
doesn't.
did
There's someone 007, double.
I didn't know
He's
he
got a
didn't.
lot of players
No,
now.
he didn't.
Talk about it because
You
he's
see
putting
the,
in these performances but where's the GA?
You're right.
Yeah, man.
You're
Where's
right.
the GA?
God.
That's what I want to see because we talk about a lot of wingers out here. You're supposed to be you're a winger starting on the best team in the world. So
You're right.
what's up with that?
I know, man.
I'm looking at you, Zion. I'm looking at you, Taylor. I'm looking at you, Solo.
Yeah.
I want answers because he's playing well.
4 games was nothing. I mean, it's
All
fine.
the players that
I'll
play,
take
all
all
the
the
players that
six.
play well get GA. Saka got GA. Salah got GA.
Rashford got G.
Ahmad GA.
Yeah.
What's up?
Enzo
Yeah,
GA.
talk to him.
Enzo
Marquez?
Enzo
GA.
GA.
GA. Nicholas Jackson GA.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer
We'll
should have
call
got
him
GA. Madueke just
good
got in the way. It was
GA.
unlucky. You know, it was unlucky. GA.
Yeah,
Players
GA.
getting GA. Where's your GA, fam?
Put your GAs on the
Put your
table.
GAs
Yeah.
up.
Put the
Put your
GAs.
GAs.
Put
If
the
you ain't
GAs on
talking
the
GA,
table.
I don't want to
Salah
talk.
GA. Salah should have had a
asking
hat trick
people.
today. So I want to see
Asking
where
people.
I'm put your GAs on the table. I want to see them,
Please.
please.
Nah, yeah. Seriously, start
My man,
asking people that.
excuse. Go ahead.
Even Rashford GA.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Rashford
man.
What's your
GA.
GA? What's your GA?
What's your
Ahmad
GA, man?
Rashford GA.
What's
Come
your
Yeah,
on,
Ahmad
GA?
man.
Rashford GA, man.
Hey,
Shout out
man.
Ahmad.
Yeah, and then get well soon to Pep too. Pep and Erling. I'm not even gonna call him by his last
Yeah.
name anymore. I'm just gonna call
Yeah.
him Erling.
You
Yeah,
know what's
man.
crazy? As soon as they panned to him after the game, you could tell he was like, I shouldn't have said that. And I was like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
What?
Tottenham.
You
What he
heard
said
the
to-
quote. He said, what? We lost 4 in a row? It's not like we got relegated or anything. Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
heard that 4 in a row and said, I'll just put 4 goals on your head top.
Might be
Take 5 in a
6
row.
next weekend. That's crazy. It might be 6.
Nah,
Who they play next week? Who they play next week?
Liverpool. Might be
Nah, fam.
6.
I don't know. I low key
Early.
need a city. I low key need a city win because
don't worry.
I need
No,
You
they
don't
they
need
can
the
draw.
gap.
A draw would be
a
great.
draw would be
for me.
perfect, but we live in a realistic world. I low key need a city win
I live
because
in
I
a
need this.
realistic world.
I need
and
this to
I would
settle in
love
for
to draw.
Liverpool.
Sneak peek, lock of the week next week. Under 3.5. Liverpool City. Book it now, Gabriel. Book it now
Gotcha.
before it
got
gets
you.
crazy.
All
But yeah,
right.
man. Shout out.
Speaking of, how did our locks do?
Oh yeah. My lock did not hit, unfortunately.
0 for
Man,
4. We
Fulham
went 0
Fulham
for 4.
disappointing. Yeah, Fulham disappointed me. Yeah, no, we're not over 4. Cornelius still has a game tomorrow. Salam did not hit
Newcastle.
under 3.5 in City Liverpool, unfortunately.
Aston
Spurs,
Villa money line.
Spurs, Liverpool. Yeah, we're 0 for 3, but Cornelius has hope tomorrow, Monday.
Damn,
Newcastle.
we're 0 for 3.
So,
Damn.
yeah,
Well, hey
it's not
man, we
good.
took back what we made you last week. So at least he ain't lose nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, who are the shout outs though? My shout outs quickly are
Shout out Saka, man.
okay. Soccer.
GA. Let's talk about GA. All right.
Saga. You can call him Saga.
Saka.
If I
Saka.
Saga.
Yeah.
Saga.
Bugayo. Saga.
You talking, taking crazy. Makayo, come on.
Yeah,
Man.
man. Shout
Come
out
on, man.
Ahmad
And also, oh, sorry, Salam. Shout out Max Dahman. He's training with the first team, academy kid.
okay.
Yeah, dope to see him train with the first team. Listen, if he's good enough, he'll.
Let it play. Let it go.
But, all
All
right.
right.
If you build it, there come. My one shout out again would be the Orlando Pride. Shout out Temwa for getting MVP, and then Barbara Banda as well. Marta, that whole squad down there.
All right.
Mike. All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Mike. Well,
It's not like that.
as Mike alluded to, appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Crazy.
And all right.
It's not like that.
Good luck to you and your future endeavors, all right?